a song. But one for me.
I wish I were on yonder hill.
We don't want no trouble.
That's just the way, isn't it? You don't want trouble, but sometimes trouble wants you.
Tis there I'd sit and cry my fill.
Get me to the soldiers that came by this morning.
It's too dangerous. Up north, they kill us. You sure you want to follow him?
So I was in two minds of whether or not to go and see this film, because I read that this film was very controversial, and I'm not sure why. I didn't check the reasons why. That's just down to laziness, I guess. So I wasn't going to see this film. I remember like sitting there thinking, do I want to see this film? And I just thought, you know, screw it. I'm going to stay and see this one. So I kind of prepared for the worst when seeing this film. So this film, it's a revenge film about an Irish convict called Claire. That's her behind me right there, not looking too well. And Claire goes searching for the soldier that killed her family. And it's set in Tasmania, and she's helped find this soldier, basically just follow him to where he's going, because he's been shifted to another town. And she's got this Aboriginal guide called Billy, and he guides her on the same path that this soldier has taken as well. So the first thing I found really interesting about this film is that it was screened in 4:3 format, you know, like the old TV sets, the square format. It wasn't widescreen, it was 4:3, and that's great because it adds this old element to the film. When you're watching it, it doesn't feel like it's been made for like modern cinema. It just feels like it was, you know, films in the old days, and I think that really adds to the appeal of it. And from the off, there's actually graphic scenes of rape. There's, you know, quite heavy violence in it, quite gross violence in it. And I'm guessing these are the scenes that were causing the controversy with, you know, why people didn't like it. But I actually really like this film. I'd seen about 6 other films before this, and I felt that the other films were just very PC, and they, you know, we're just trying to be too diverse. And I think sometimes that can take the, I don't know, you know, film's still an art form, and I think when you're trying to tick all the boxes to make people happy, it just affects the creation of a film. And I like The Nightingale because it was very risky, which made it really refreshing to watch, because, you know, it wasn't trying to tick all the boxes of what many films have to do these days. And what I also really liked as well was that, you know, so many films are trying to fit the 15 certificate mark, you know, the family-friendly 15 certificates, so, you know, they're going to get more tickets at the box office. But this doesn't seem to worry about that. I mean, I'm guessing, you know, should this film be released at cinema, it's going to be an 18, definitely. And I think, you know, it's nice to see an 18 rated movie in the cinema. If I was going to compare it to other films, I'd say it's similar to that film The Revenant with Leonardo DiCaprio, but it's also a cross with Casualties of War. Remember that one with Michael J. Fox and Sean Penn from the 80s? And a little bit of Crocodile Dundee put in there as well. So yeah, imagine those three all put together. I also felt this film wasn't going to end so well. I thought it was going to be a really disappointing ending, but then it suddenly turned around, and then it did surprise me with how it ended. You know, I just thought it was going to end on this really boring note, but it didn't. It just went in the other direction and just, like, you know, gave a really good ending. You know, the acting was good, and the Tasmanian backdrop was also really beautiful. I can see why many people aren't going to like this film, but I like this film because it pays attention to what filmmaking is all about, basically, and that's story. It's not trying to please anyone, it's not trying to tick any boxes to be diverse. It was just paying attention to the story, and it kept me engaged for the whole 2 hours it was running, which is quite impressive, because sometimes I find it hard to sit in that seat for a long time.
Suddenly, she was free.